What up? Coming to you live from the Way Before the Fame garage. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Suzuki Wagon RR. So if you guys remember, this was the recovery vehicle that saved us when we got a flat in the town box. Shout out to A44 Imports for selling this to us. This is the Mendy / Way Before the Fame mobile. We got it just because we felt like it was a blank enough canvas with some heart-shaped rims, a blow-off valve, an intake, some tints, underglow, maintenance, and you know, the good old little touches, that this car could go for a lot of money. So we are about like 70% to completion. It is for sale if anybody is curious. There's still some things that I want to do to this car. Like I want to definitely add underglow. I feel like because it's so low, it's a street sweeper, it has a nice body kit on it. That's something that's up there on the list. We definitely have to. No need to say exactly what's happening there. And then we already did maintenance. You guys saw in the part 2 video, we did brand new plugs from Japan, oil change. I'll pop the hood and show you guys what's under there. So we have the takeoff blow-off valve, DIY intake. We also did the exhaust, if you guys remember. Custom tip, we removed the resonator and the muffler, so this thing sounds amazing. And then we swapped over the wood grain, put this new Momo in here with the Way Before the Fame horn. But with all that being said, I really haven't showed you guys much driving, much of the interior, much of just the car overall. So in today's video, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do my first impressions, a POV drive. I wanna get it on the highway. It's automatic if anyone is interested. Here's a look at the back seats and everything. Here's a look at the trunk. That's a 10-second review. But now, let's start it up. Let's get it on the ground. And let me show you guys more about the Wagon RR. So here we have the coolest thing about the Wagon R. One of the coolest things. It has a turbo timer. So in front of us, we have a 1999 Suzuki Wagon RR. And I have no idea why this generation is called a RR, because I know they have Wagon Rs now. Like you can buy a 2020 Wagon R, 2015 Wagon R. But I don't believe the Wagon R existed after this body style. If I'm wrong, comment below. But I don't know if there's really any differences between a Wagon R and a Suzuki Wagon RR. This one has the full aero kit. You can see on the rear bumper, spoiler, side skirts, and if you guys know, we also have that front bumper, but it's pretty broken, and I think me and David love the way it looks like this. It could look a little better with a lip. Maybe at some point we'll install it. Love the accent with the lavenderish rims. Can't wait to paint those calipers yellow, man. Can't wait to put the calipers yellow. Can't wait to get underglow on this. Those two things have to happen ASAP. But let me do another 360. Love the blue tip on the exhaust too. Love the tail lights. I love everything about this car. When Josh had it and he said he had another like 15 units coming in, he was like, hey, you guys want to, you know, work on this? I think it's be a good project car. I said sold. I didn't care that it was automatic. I didn't care that I also had the Midget, Terios, Serena, and mirror walkthrough. I was like, nope, this is too cool of a car. This I know with the Way Before the Fame touch, with the Mendy touch, this can be a $10,000 car easily. So like I mentioned earlier, under the hood, it's coil packs, 3-cylinder, blow-off valve, intake. Maybe we get a newish battery, but the car starts fine the way it is. LEDs. No real rust, luckily. Not sure if the car was repainted. Looks really good. I know this is a kind of a different white, and then you can definitely tell that that headlight or this headlight was swapped over at one point, because we completely cleaned it. But this one, they don't look the same, so at some point that was swapped over. Absolutely love the yellow film on the fog lights. Love the clear turn signals. Love the rain guards. Now let's get in the back actually first. Your standard K hatch. No rear speaker sadly, but I love the fact that it has this. Charge your phone in the back. I'm hoping that most of the 99 models have that. We got rear seat belts in the back, and then for all my Wagon R owners, this is actually a 4-door. The one that I previously had was a 3-door. A lot of the older Wagon Rs are all 3 doors. And then this one has power windows all around. Mine had crank windows in the back. Cool thing about this guy, goes completely down, and then same for the other side. It can turn into a mini bed. Surprisingly, also, the door cards have a lot of features on them. Both have storage cubbies. Both have a little thing there. No cup holders in the back. But up here has the cool cup holder built into the dash. So I love that. Here's a look at the driver's side. Power windows all around. Also comes with power mirrors. Foldable mirrors, which is pretty cool in a K car. Digital AC, which I think is also pretty high tech. Passenger airbag. If I had the stock steering wheel, I'm sure I would have had a driver airbag as well. David LEDs there and back there. It has 97,000 kilometers, which is about 55,000 miles. Has an aftermarket radio, so swapping that over should be pretty simple. Big glove box. Smaller glove box there. ETC reader, maybe Hello Kitty ETC reader coming soon. Love this Momo. Love the white horn. Love the WayBeforeTheFame attention to detail on this as well. Now let's start her up. Tell me this isn't a great looking car. It's on lowering springs too. When we did the exhaust, we realized that it's on lowering springs, not coilovers. Don't think there's enough room to show you, sadly. That's how low it is. But surprisingly, it doesn't rub. Luckily, when we put the 55s, it does absolutely no rubbing anymore. Before we had the mud stars on, it would rub, especially with two people in the car. Now it doesn't rub at all. Now let's give it a couple revs. The car's also at operating temps, if anyone's wondering. Sounds so good, especially back here. Little pack pops. Oh man, but now let's do the most important part. Let's drive this around. Before I take off, I forgot to mention space wise, so because it's a bench seat, I have to actually slide my seat forward. You see how far back it goes? I have to be to about here so I can sit comfortably. This has a lot of room for the driver. Passenger wise, let's check. That's with the seat all the way back, so I'm not really expecting, I can't sit back here. But now if we just get this driver's seat a bit more forward, it doesn't even have to match perfectly with the passenger seat. There's lots of room back here. And not only that, you're able to recline this back a couple inches just so your seats can sit a little further back. So I would say 4 adults comfortably could sit in this Wagon R. Now I know it's automatic, and some people are gonna say, oh, I wish it was 5-speed, but I don't know if it's, wow, that's the first time it's actually been driven since doing the oil change and blow valve. Hold on, let's hear that one more time. I don't know if it's because it had to mirror walkthrough, but I don't mind automatic turbo K cars at all, especially if they're 4-speed. Like, it sounds good, pulls you back. You hear the good thing about this one too, if you're somewhere where it's hot, AC blows ice cold. Let's check on the heat. Heat also works. It's so crazy what a DIY air filter for essentially $20 and a $100 blow valve can do to someone's driving experience. Do you guys hear that? I know you hear it, actually. I know you hear it. I don't even know why I'm asking. I'll put the phone out the window so you can hear it even more. I would have to say some pros on the Wagon RR. Comfortability, even this one with the lowering springs and everything, 9 out of 10. The fact that I have an armrest here, the fact that I could put my arm here, and the fact that I'm in this bench seat, and I could essentially, like, I could have my foot over here and drive, like that, come on, like that's a solid 7 points right there. And then you add the fact that it's a 99, so they thought about all the additional like airbags and extra quirks and armrests and stuff like that. The fact that this, like I said, slides all the way back here. Like, look at this. This would be me driving if I had the seat all the way back. Overall, I would say this is a very comfortable car. That's why I think I'm going to drive this one to Boston, just because I think the Serena, obviously, I'll be 1000% more comfortable. But I'm trying to set up like a car meet, or maybe just meet up with a couple K homies that live in the Rhode Island, maybe New Hampshire, Boston meet. And I don't think you guys really give a crap about the Serena. I think it would be way more excited to see the mirror walkthrough, but I can't fit everything I need to fit in the mirror walkthrough. So at least this one I could put the seats down and I could actually like do what I have to do with the Wagon R. So I'm planning on doing it this Sunday, or maybe even like Saturday night if possible. You guys are watching this either Friday or Saturday, or maybe days after that. But I'm gonna post this on Friday, and hopefully we can set something up on Sunday. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram too. I'm gonna post it on Patreon to see if we could just get, even if it's like 4 or 5 K cars, or even just JDMs in general. It'd be pretty cool to meet some of the homies. I'll give you guys some stickers and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna hit up Brayman too to check out his AZ1, his own mirror walkthrough. I think he has like 7 cars right now. I think he has a Jimny. He actually has a Suzuki Wagon R wide, the 1 liter, so we can check that one out, kind of compare the 2 cars together. Finally made it on the highway with not too much traffic. Here's how we're looking RPM wise. 50 miles per hour, 3,000. Car's nice and quiet, flowing with traffic. So here is the $1 million question for most people. How does it do at 60 miles per hour? We're at, I guess you could say 4,000 on the RPM, around like 3,800. Again, pretty quiet. Car feels planted, steering wheel no shakes. Nice and smooth. Taking these turns great. Gotta love the lowering springs. 60 miles per hour K turns. I've been saying this a lot in my videos, and I'm gonna say it again because I don't think there's another car community, I don't know if there's another class of vehicle where for $500 you can really transform the driving experience with the sound, reliability, looks. If you want to go crazier, even 1,000, 1,500, like, yeah, you can buy a Civic. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking out of my K for loves, but if I bought a Civic, could I really like transform it a lot for 500 bucks? Maybe, I don't know. But I know with K cars, for this build, essentially we have a $200 exhaust. We have a $100 blow off, so we're at $300. Let's round up the intake, oil change, and plugs to another $100. That's $400 on maintenance and that. 400 bucks. Technically, I traded the wheels. I kept the Mudstars with those rims to put the hards with these on. But if you want to say another $500 in wheels, that would bring us to $900. Now, if we add LEDs, a Toto, speakers, right at $1,000. I mean, I've had Miatas. Like, even for a Miata, for $1,000, I can buy an intake, I can do plugs, wires, I can do all that maintenance. But in my opinion, I'm not getting such a huge return on that investment. Like, even with a Civic, I'm sure you could do intake, maintenance, and wheels and all that, but like, it won't do this. I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. Stay tuned for more content on this Wagon R. I'm actually headed to look at a Suzuki Every that one of the homies want to buy.
So cool. When you meet Dale,
wait till you hear it breathe. Here's the Every. Do you guys see that right there? I literally said I wasn't gonna buy it. And just by this shot right here. Shout out to all things JDM. Shout out to Derek.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Battery's dead, sadly, so we can't jump it. But I think we're gonna go get a lawnmower battery or something. But it is 5-speed. I'm going to say that it's 2-wheel drive because I didn't see a 4-wheel drive button. Yeah, it's 2-wheel drive. It has 63,000 kilometers. Has AC, which is pretty cool. Has door speakers. Interiors, whatever. Exteriors need some works. Free admin vehicle. Shout out to All Things JDM. But yeah, maybe the homie's gonna buy it. I don't know what PA Limited means though. Never heard of that. Damn. Don't hit my new van. Sounds like a 25-year-old K van. Oh, nice.
Does the radio work?
It only has Japanese stations, but yeah, like this is bad, but like I said, you can get a replacement of this.
That's not bad.
Of just that panel. Roof looks good. For what he wants to do, which is essentially drive less than a mile and carry his ruckus in the back, I think it makes sense. All I know is that if he ever wants to sell the tri-spokes and you're watching this video, call me first. But I'm in this video here. Just got offered $7,500 for the Wagon R. I don't think I'm gonna take it, but if I do take it, I'd rather also extend that offer to people watching this video right now. All the homies. So yeah, we still got some things left to do. Under no circumstance would I sell this car before painting the calipers and drums yellow, because I feel like this has the WayBeforeTheFame stamp on it, has the horn, has the valve caps, has the underglow soon. So yeah, end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll probably give you guys some more highway pulls actually. Not a top speed run, but I actually have some space. I want to add something to what I was saying about the $500 to Civic or $500 to Miata. I think the real icing on the cake is that if you invest $500 into your Miata, you're most likely just another Miata. If you invest $1,000 into your EG or EK, you're just another EG or EK. But with these K cars, there's probably a lot of people with Wagon RRs. But with the money that we invested, more than likely, they don't have cool rims. I'm not even gonna go as far as hard-shaped rims, but they might not have cool rims. They might not have a blow-off valve. They might not put an intake because it's automatic and they don't really want to do that. It's just a daily to them. So I love that. In my opinion, the car is just OEM plus. I don't think we're doing something that's like, oh no, you're killing the whole thing. Like the purist, I don't think a purist is upset with the modifications that I do on these K cars for the most part. So that's really what I want to also add, because I do think with $500 you could probably make a Miata pretty sick, but then it's just like another NA Miata that there's 50 at the car meet. When you buy a K car, you're already, oh wow, so you got a K car? That's sick. What? It sounds like that? That's kind of the best feeling. That.
Remember the name. This is WayBeforeTheFame.